Hey everyone, welcome back. And today we are moving on to a Saturn inspired pour. So while Jupiter sits over here and cures, I'm thinking of ideas on ways to fix it. But for today, we're moving on and creating a Saturn inspired one. So I'm really excited about this one because, Saturn's known for its beautiful rings. However, I have some colors that I'm really excited to play with today. So again, we're just working on a 12 by 12 inch gallery wrap canvas from Artist Loft. My paints today, so first of all, here's a picture of Saturn. You can see it starts at the top with this pale greenish grayish color. So in order to make that, I used Liquitex Basics Green Gray. I love this color. I did tone it down just a bit with the neutral gray from Liquitex Basics. And then you'll see it go to this beautiful pale kind of yellow. So in order to make that, I used Amsterdam Titanium White as well as Amsterdam Light Gold. And then finally at the bottom, it gets kind of like a drab grayish brown. So you can see that kind of looks like a very light chocolate milk. And then to make that, I used Amsterdam Titanium White paired with just a little dab of the burnt umber to color and a little bit of the neutral gray as well. So for this technique, what I think I'm going to do is a few different layered flip cups. So it does have bands of color, but they're kind of blended really well. So I figured we could do a flip and drag of each of these different kind of color combos, you know, kind of blend the two together from here, but then come back in and maybe add some of the rings with this silicone split cup. So we'll see how that goes. Okay, first fun fact about Saturn, it got its name, Roman god of wealth and agriculture. So when the ancient Romans were looking up in the sky, it was the farthest planet they could see with the naked eye. So they just assumed because it was huge and in the distant, it was, you know, this Roman god of wealth. I don't know how that's really connected, but they were running out of names, I think. All right, so for this top cup here, let's combine. So we're going to do mostly this greenish gray, but I do want to bring in some of the pale yellow too. So we'll do mostly green gray up here. Okay, there's that one. And then for this one, mostly pale yellow, a little bit of the green, pale yellow, a little bit of the drab brown. Okay. So that one's a little bit fuller than that one. That's okay. And then this last one, mostly of the drab. See how we're kind of layering it to be similar to how it looks in the picture. So I do want to save a little bit of these for my edges and as well as my split cup. So yeah, Saturn is the second largest planet in the solar system. It also spins very fast like Jupiter. So its one day is only 10.7 hours. So it is spinning so fast, and it's the flattest planet too, meaning, you know, everything's smushed down because it's moving so fast. Okay, so I'm going to do this flip cup here, flip cup here, flip cup here. Then we'll pull them up and drag them across the canvas. Ready, set, go. Uh-oh, I didn't do that one very well. That's all right. Ready, set, go. I didn't do that one very well either. What is going on with me today? Ready, set, go. Okay, finally the last one I did. Cool. While those kind of sit and marinate, I did use mostly my Curate pouring medium, and then I did add a little bit of Australian Floetrol for some cells. So I think that mixed with the Amsterdam Titanium White is going to give us some really cool cells. Okay, so let's pull these across and see what we get. Ready? 1, 2, 3, go. Okay, we're going to have to go really far with that one. 1, 2, 3, go. Okay, that one's pretty. And 1, 2, 3, go. Okay, not bad, not bad. So we just kind of have to get them to move on the canvas here. I am going to kind of entice it up here, fill in some areas. Okay, I think we're ready to tilt our base now. Let me give it a quick torch. Lots of air bubbles on here, but these cells are really cool. All right, so, man, it's like I hate to lose some of this, but I kind of have to. Let's go off the bottom first because that isn't as near as pretty as all the other ones. Okay, come back. This bottom corner now. Okay, come back. All right, now let's go over to the top here. This corner's already almost done. Go over there, then over here. Okay. A little bit different that I had planned, but it looks pretty cool. So what I'll do is I'll just kind of plan on putting the rings kind of to break this area up a little bit here. All right, that looks so cool. Let me touch up my edges while I have all this extra paint right here. Okay, now that we have the base coat, let's work on the rings. So I am gonna keep this one, probably combine these two. Nah, I won't, I don't need to. Okay. So I'm gonna put this color on each side, this extra here. And then if you look at the rings, there's a very dark center. So I'm going to mix up a little bit of a darker color. Okay, and then for fun facts about the rings, so they are made up mostly of ice. They think they could be as young as like 100 million years old, so pretty young in terms of Saturn's timeline, but and then, you know, they think a comet or something, a moon passed too close and got too close, and then hence got all broken up. Saturn's gravity pulled it apart, and then the fragments just started orbiting around it. So, okay, and I actually do have a black color here, so I might use that. Okay, are we ready? I'm just gonna kind of go in a diagonal and we'll see if we need to add more or not. Looks pretty cool. Okay, I do think I am going to come in with just one little layer of black in the middle so it stands out. Get a good flow going. All right. Let's stretch that out and see what we get. Okay. I think that's good for the top. Let's bring it back down and then stretch it out lower. That way. Well, the black is definitely prominent. And then this way. Okay. That's pretty cool. A little different than I had in mind, but looks kind of neat. All right, that's kind of interesting. I'm not hating it. Let's see if we have any more. I think I'm just going to put a little bit more lines along it. Okay, that's cool. Here, let's stretch that out a little bit so it doesn't look so linear. Oh, this is looking so cool. Yes, yes, yes. All right, let's bring it back this way. All right, I love this. This turned out so neat. Very cool. All right, awesome, awesome. Oh, finally, I needed some redemption after Jupiter. Well, let me touch up my sides. I think they're actually really, really good. But I'll give them one last go and then bring the camera down for a close-up of the wet reveal. All right, coming in for the close-up, and apologize for the sun. It's shining through my window, but oh, I love the mixture down here with the cells, how the colors blended together. This is turning out really cool. It actually looks like fractals and like icy, dirty bits going into the planet. So really cool. All right, let's see how this one dries. All right, here we are with dried results. I did go back in and put some of these icy golden rings in. I thought it looked a little bit, I loved the dark, for the shadow and the rocky parts, but I wanted some icy bits. So I did go back and add those in, but oh, I love the colors up here and how everything blended together. I love this green gray color. And then coming down here, how the yellow and then the brown, and then we got some green down here too. But I think this is amazing for Saturn. I'm really excited about this one. And yeah, you can definitely see that metallic shimmer in the in the sunlight, and the gold too for the rings. So, all right. Well, let me know what you guys think. Hey, one thing we didn't cover yet for fun facts is that Saturn has the coolest moon, in my opinion. It's called Titan. It's huge. It's bigger than Mercury, and it has a liquid methane ocean. So it's very alien-like and very cool. But Titan's really neat. So I forgot to mention, it also has over, I think it's like 190 moons. It's crazy. So something catastrophic happened around Saturn, hence all of its moons and its beautiful rings. But we get to admire it from afar. Well, thanks so much for joining me on another painting adventure. The next two planets I am so excited for because we're going to be going to blue and purple colors. So Uranus is a gorgeous pale blue, and Neptune is this vibrant, deep bluish purple. So not only are we going to have fun facts, but we're going to be playing with some really fun colors. So please give me a like on this video and subscribe to my channel if you'd like to see some upcoming videos. We're going to have a lot of fun rounding this series out. All right, we'll see you next time. Bye, guys.